Your market farming. How much should you make per bed? I've analyzed the numbers from hundreds of farmers that I've talked to on the podcast. Some make $300 per bed, others make $1,500. Same bed size, same season, completely different results. What gives? What's the difference? Profitable farmers often know benchmarks, and today we're going to talk about 7. The struggling farmers often just guess. I'm Diego Diegio. Welcome to Modern Grower, and let's get into the math of farming. Number 7, the baseline. Your baseline should be around $500 per bed. This is not the floor, not the goal. $500 per bed at 50 beds for 2 rotations gives you $50,000 in gross income. Cost eats 30 to 40% of that, and you're left with $30,000 before paying yourself. The farm that survives long term is going to earn well above $500 per bed. The farm stuck at $300 to $400. Those farmers are going to burn out or quit because they simply can't survive on that amount of revenue. The math. At $500 per bed with 3 rotations, that's $75,000 per year. At 60% margin, that's $45,000 left for you. Push it to $700 per bed, and that's $105,000 gross, $18,000 more, same land, same hours. The move. Divide last season's revenue on your farm by the total bed plantings. What's your actual average? The mindset. A bed is inventory. Inventory sitting empty costs you money. Number 6, salad mix. Salad mix should generate $1,300 per bed when done right. A 100-foot bed, densely planted, cut and come again, can produce between 120 and 150 pounds on well-run farms. Some farms get way more than that per bed. At $10 a pound retail, that's $1,200 to $1,500 per bed. Reasonable revenue numbers. Elliot Seldner at Fair Share Farm told me that one lettuce harvest at $6 per pound pays for his entire tunnel to grow that lettuce in a single harvest. The farms all hitting over $1,300 have one thing in common: precise harvest timing. Farms averaging $600, they're harvesting too early, they're losing yield, or too late, or they're losing quality. The timing is off. If you're only getting 80 pounds instead of 130, that's $500 lost per rotation. At 20 beds across 4 rotations, that's $40,000 lost annually. The move. Track pounds per bed this season. Under 100 pounds per bed, your problem is timing, it's fertility, it's pest issues, it's disease issues. Something is going wrong. It's not a marketing problem. Number 5, garlic. Garlic should target $900 per bed. A 100-foot bed can hold between 7 and 900 plants. At $1 per head wholesale, that's $700 to $900. At $150 to $2, you're looking at between $1,000 and $1,800 in revenue off that bed for that garlic harvest. One farmer I interviewed grew 4,000 heads on 5 beds. She sells out at $2 per head. That's $8,000 total revenue, or $1,600 per bed. And she barely touches it from November to June. Most farmers who crack that $100,000 per year in gross revenue number have at least one passive crop. For many, it's garlic. Your time is finite. and garlic can generate a lot of money while you focus elsewhere. That's the leverage. The move. Look at planting a few beds of garlic this year. If you plant 1,000 over 2 beds and sell them at $150 per head, that's $1,500 for maybe 10 to 20 hours total, earning you good money per hour. Number 4, root crops. Beets, carrots, turnips, $600 per bed minimum. A 100-foot bed for beets is about 200 bunches. At $3 per bunch, that's $600. Carrots are similar. 150 to 200 bunches at $3 to $4. That's $450 to $800 per bed. And here's where it gets interesting. Wholesale beets can move around $1.20 per pound. Farmers markets, you might be at $3 to $4 per pound. That's a 3-time price difference per bed, just depending on where you're actually selling the crop. The math. 100 pounds of beets at $120 per pound wholesale. That's $120. If you can sell these retail at a farmer's market at $350 per pound, you're making $350. If you do this across 20 beds over 3 rotations, that's $7,200 versus $21,000. That's $13,800 left on the table. This is why the math is always important. It's why it's important to dig into the numbers and consider alternatives. $14,000, that's a big difference for the same crop, just depending on where you can actually sell it. The move. Know your per pound number before you plant. No retail outlet for that expensive produce. Maybe you don't want to grow it and you want to grow something else instead. The mindset. Not all revenue is equal. Wholesale dollars often cost more than retail dollars. There's time investment. So think about what you're doing to earn that revenue. Number 3, tomatoes. Tomatoes should exceed $1,000 per bed. A 100-foot bed of trellised indeterminate tomatoes can produce 500 pounds of tomatoes. At $3 per pound, you're looking at about $1,500 per bed. Heirlooms for $4 to $5 might push you a little higher. But remember, numbers are just numbers. Revenue per bed means nothing if you can't harvest and actually sell the crop. Number 2, microgreens. Microgreens can often generate over $2,000 plus per bed equivalent in space. They're grown on trays, not in beds, but standardized to the footprint of a bed, and the density is astonishing. A 10 by 20 tray of sunflower microgreens can wholesale for $15 to $30, and you can turn it every 10 to 14 days using vertical racks. You can have 40 plus trays and 400 square feet, cycling continuously. They can be a huge cash flow generator for your farm if you can sell them. The math. 40 trays times $20 per tray times 26 cycles, that's $20,800 from 400 square feet per year. That's $52 per square foot annually. Pretty amazing numbers. Field lettuce, you might be $3 to $4 per square foot. Microgreens are 10 to 15 times more revenue dense. The move. Don't start with infrastructure, start with customers. Find a few restaurants or customers willing to commit before you spend $1 buying any sort of infrastructure. Because this is the key with microgreens. If you can't sell them, it doesn't matter how much money you can make with them. You have to sell a bunch to make a bunch. The mindset. Microgreens can be a crop that you add on, but they can also be a separate business with different labor, different systems, and failure modes. So really think about it before you integrate it into your system. Number one, hero crops, $1,500 per bed. The big boys. The top 10% of your beds should be generating over $1,500 or more per bed. This is a pattern that I would have expected to see with the farmers that I talked to. Profitable farms don't average $1,500 across all their beds. They have 10 to 20% of their beds hitting $1,500 plus, while the rest are in that $500 to $800 range. It's not every bed being a home run, it's that some are. Farmer Jody Roebuck in New Zealand has 130 50-foot beds. In New Zealand, he generates $250,000 annually. His top performers, cut and come salad, specifically Asian greens. Profitable farms often have 3 to 5 hero crops generating between 50 and 60% of the farm's revenue from 20 to 30% of the bed space. Farmers trying to make every bed equally profitable often get mediocre returns because all crops aren't equal. The market isn't equal in terms of what it wants or what it will bear per crop. The farmer that doubles down on the top performers usually pull away from the pack and differentiate themselves because they've found a winner and they know how to exploit it. The move. Every season, rank every crop by revenue per bed, identify your top 5, and the next year, give them more space. Cut your bottom 5 entirely. All crops are created equal. Here are the 7 baseline numbers. Remember, you're not farming land, you're farming revenue per square foot per week. If you're a small-scale market farm, your limiting factor is often land. So every square foot of land that you do have has to pay you as much as possible. And these 7 numbers give you some idea of how to make that land pay as much as possible. The math. To wrap it all up, let's take a look at some whole farm math. Take your total beds times $700 times the number of rotations per year. That could be your target gross. If actual is much less, you have a crop selection problem, or maybe a sales problem, maybe a fertility problem. The move. Create a spreadsheet to know your numbers. You want to track the crop, the beds planted, the revenue, and sort by revenue per bed. This single sort tells you what to focus on and what to cut. The mindset. The goal isn't to farm more, it's to farm better. Look at these numbers and ask, which benchmark surprises you the most? Let me know in the comments. If you want more videos just like this, hit subscribe because I do videos on profitable market farming every single week. Now, go build a farm business, not just a farm, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. I'm Diego, Diego, and until next time, be nice, be thankful, and do the work.